New faces. One, two. Just two new faces. John Cena and whoever that chick is right there.
Hi, Big Daddy.
This is gonna be fun.
This is going to be mindless, stupid, and fun. I totally agree.
I am just excited because this is our first time at the movie theaters. All of us. This is the big return for us back to the movie theater.
There's nothing else for a while to see.
Well, remember we talked about it. I found my ticket for last year.
For which one?
For Fast 9.
Oh.
I still have it. I'm going to keep it as a reminder of how much 2020 sucked.
I think actually, so mine
Did you still have yours?
is this.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't saying about you.
Because I returned it going, it's not going to come out, I want my money back.
This is gonna be interesting to see. It really is.
Do you think they did anything extra with it over the last year, or do you think it's legitimately
You know
the
what?
same
If they did, bro, they're extra. That's it.
I think that's just the same movie that we were supposed to get last year.
This might be the longest one so far.
2 hours and 25 minutes.
25. Oh, that's just past the Avengers, huh?
I have no idea. I've never found how long an Avengers movie is just because it's a ride.
Yeah. So we're gonna go in and check out this movie, but we're gonna after a bit we'll come right back and we'll review it. You ready, Doug?
Most certainly.
Big Daddy?
Oh yeah.
All right. Fast 9, here we go.
Sure wasn't fast this time. It was very slow.
Very spacey.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know.
No, I would say it was also like
Ramsey though. Oh yeah. I fucking love Ramsey in this one.
The fact that she couldn't drive.
And she kept 13 times. I was looking at
you
that.
just kind of
Well, so
like someone just kind of went by her little booty hole like that.
so your overall, like, how'd you feel after it was said and done, the credits start rolling? Your face though through the whole time I was enjoying just watching you.
Let it process a little more.
All right.
I think that it was an interestingly structured movie. We came into this talking about shutting your brain off, but they really did try to shove a lot of story down our throat on this one.
There was a lot of story.
There was a lot of story. There was still crazy amounts of ridiculous cars and booties and women in tight clothing.
Yeah.
But it was just really story heavy for this series.
Well, I noticed too, the one thing, like I was telling him, I was watching, I did a little bit of a kind of a rewatch, a few of them, but I picked and choose which ones I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Usually everyone starts a little bit with the music and the fate of the furious, and this one was like, no, we got backstory. We gotta tell you about Jacob.
I enjoyed that part. I really enjoyed that part.
I will say, I was talking about this before we started recording. This movie's fucking impregnable if you haven't seen the other ones, though.
Yeah.
Like this goes in there expecting you to have seen all the 8 other. Hobbs and Shaw doesn't really play in this one at all, except for. Yeah.
Well, I would say this was not their end game, but it was trying to be their end game to where they're like, we have to connect all the movies.
Well, it's fine to a point. You get some weird backstory on some stuff, and you're just like, wow, these are things that it seems like would have been exceedingly relevant in earlier movies. Like,
if they'd have done all of them, I don't know. I guess.
I will say though, I am exceedingly surprised that John Cena has not come in until this movie, considering how big of a car enthusiast he is. Like, he loves his sports cars.
Yes, he does.
So I'm very surprised that it took them until the 10th movie overall to get him in there.
Yeah.
And I like how Mr. Roman there had to explain the immortality of not getting hurt. And
I will say this, okay? I will say this. For the folks who see this, if you've ever played Saints Row 3, Fast and Furious meets Saints Row 3. That's the best way to explain it.
all right. Well, I highly enjoyed it. I clapped and no one else clapped with me.
And he's like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah. And I was like, oh, it's awkward now.
Why?
I was like, yeah, shoot fly, don't bother me. No, as soon as I started clapping, he was the first one to be like, no. I was like, oh.
I went, okay, folks, there's a screen. He started clapping.
No.
No.
I don't know. I mean, this definitely was not clap-worthy.
It
was not bad.
I love the shit out of this movie. I'm telling you, like, I don't know. I think with everything and them ramping it up, like I said, I want to be in that writer's room for 10 and 11.
I will say, I said this before when we were talking anyways, the crew seems so much lighter in this one than usual. I don't know why. It's probably so similar to the same numbers, but it doesn't seem like there's as full of a family as usual in this one. So.
I got that same feeling too. Yeah, it wasn't so much of a family feel. It was more or less like, all right, we're just gonna get everyone together.
And
we're gonna
up.
shoot your ass into space.
Yeah, they finally went to space, y'all. That was awesome. And as soon as they went to space, like I enjoyed this gentleman here and this gentleman here because I just heard like, for real.
Yeah.
What?
This movie is not for someone who likes the laws of physics.
I don't like the
or
laws.
anyone who is any form of practitioner of healing. Yeah, because nobody. The most damage you see anybody that's a good guy take is when Dom gets punched in the face like 7 times by his bro, and they're both bleeding. That's the only time you actually see anyone bleed in this movie. I'm fairly certain.
Go through a wall. They both go through a wall head first.
No.
And then jump out a window, and then jump onto the other one out of the window. Like it's the fact that they think throwing a giant metal thing below you as you're falling is going to cushion your fall continuously. Like that happens like 4 times in this.
The way Jacob was jumping on, like how Dom saved him.
He kicked the car underneath him. He'll land on the car. Who's that?
Yeah. I was like.
And then earlier, when Letty falls off of something, he drives his car underneath her to catch her when she gets blown off the bike. He goes underneath the car to catch her. Like I'm fairly certain the dirt ground might have been softer than your metal car.
But I will say I did like the fact they're kind of keeping Brian alive in spirit, but also too it's really sad.
Every time they bring him up, it's like, look, I get that it fits, but come on, like it's really rough without Paul Walker that you guys are doing this.
The one thing I did notice throughout the whole movie is Michelle Rodriguez seemed like she was not interested in the movie the entire fucking time.
You know, it's really interesting you say that because it's just like I took that as her character being like, I really want to be back in this thing, but we keep needing to protect the child, but I really want to be back in this thing. Like her character, not necessarily Michelle Rodriguez, but Letty was more like, hey, so
I would say the suspension of disbelief. Sorry for cutting you off, but because I just looked at him, Han. They're like, he's back. By the way, Mr. Nobody was part of it all.
I'm just thinking that everybody's gonna be alive everywhere.
Yeah.
So was he a hologram?
I think that's what they were hinting at, that he was a hologram.
Okay.
Because he disappeared. So, but I don't know. If you guys go see Fast 9, let us know what you think. It's definitely something that you need to shut your brain off. But like I said, my favorite moment was this gentleman and this gentleman's reaction, because through the whole time it was just, especially him, he was just like, oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Again, it's because you watched the first one, and they're super realistic in that one, outside of the train hitting Dom at the end. And even that, he's hurt.
Oh, we better get rolling. All right, y'all. Well, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. I'm KMB the Sexy Ninja.
Big Daddy. I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
I'm sure that